Okay, so in last class we were discussing about solar system. So a solar system consists Sun, Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, Neptune, and Oort clouds. So these entire all components together we call solar system. ಅಥವಾ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಸೌರಮಂಡಲ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ರೈಟ್? ಸೋಲಾರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ಈ ಸೋಲಾರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಒಂದು ವಸ್ತು ಯಾವುದಂದ್ರೆ ಸೂರ್ಯ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಸನ್ ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ದ ಲಾರ್ಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಕಾಂಪೋನೆಂಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅವರ್ ಸೋಲಾರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಇಸ್ ಸನ್, ರೈಟ್? ಅಂಡ್ ದೆನ್ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಲಿಸನ್ ಹಿಯರ್, ವಿ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಟೋಟಲ್ 8 planets, 4 inner planets and 4 outer planets. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಬಾಹ್ಯ ಗ್ರಹಗಳು ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ, ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಆಂತರಿಕ ಗ್ರಹಗಳು ಅಂತ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಔಟರ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ಇನ್ನರ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ಸ್ ಕನ್ಸಿಸ್ಟ್ Mercury, Venus, Earth, Mars. Outer planet consists Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus and Neptune. So now we'll discuss one by one about all the planets. So first we have discussed about the sun. Sun is the largest component, right? It's the most massive object in our solar system, right? Now we'll discuss about the planets one by one. So the Mercury is very important planet, and Mercury we call it's the smallest planet of our solar system, right? Just 1 minute. So Mercury is the smallest planet. Just 1 minute. ಇದು ಬೋರ್ಡ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಇದು ಬ್ಲ್ಯಾಕ್ ಇರ್ಬೇಕಲ್ಲ, ಇದು ಬ್ಯಾಕ್ ಗ್ರೌಂಡ್ ವೈಟ್ ಇದೆ, ಸರಿ ಕಾಣಿಸಲ್ಲ. Okay, thank you. Okay, listen. So Mercury is the smallest. Listen, Mercury is the smallest planet of our solar system. Listen, and very important point to remember here is, so Mercury is very close. Mercury is very close to Sun, and when Mercury revolves around the sun, so your sun having huge gravity, already I have discussed that. Sun having the gravity of 274 meter per second square. So sun having huge gravity, and because of huge gravity it attracts the object towards its center, and as sun attracts the object towards its center, there is no any natural satellites for the Mercury. In question kelbodu, so Mercury ge yake ಉಪಗ್ರಹಗಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. So Mercury is very close to the sun, and sun having huge gravity. ನಾವು ಅದೇ ಅರ್ತ್ ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ ಅರ್ತ್ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಎಷ್ಟಿದೆ ಗ್ರಾವಿಟಿ? 9.8 meter per second square ಇದೆ, right? It's a average value of z, or average value of gravity is 9.8 meter per second square. ಅದೇ ನಾವು sun ತಗೊಂಡ್ರೆ, if you take sun having gravity of 274 meter per second square, the gravity on the sun surface is almost 28 times the gravity on the earth surface. So your sun having huge gravity, and that's why even earth also revolving around the sun. So before one theory called we call it geocentric model. Just listen. So geocentric model, this theory was proposed by Ptolemy, right? Ptolemy, and according to Ptolemy says that geo meaning earth, and centric meaning middle. So according to Ptolemy, earth is at the middle, and Ptolemy says that even sun also revolving around the earth. But later theory we call heliocentric model. This heliocentric model, this model was proposed by Nicholas Copernicus. And according to this model, so helio meaning sun, and centric meaning middle, right? So sun is at the middle, and all the objects of our solar system are revolving around the sun, including earth. And presently it is the accepted model, and this is the rejected model. Presently we are having the heliocentric model. As per the heliocentric model, so sun is at the center and all the objects are revolving. So because sun having huge gravity, and sun, like no, it attracts all the object towards its center, and all the objects are revolving around the sun. So sun having huge gravity because its mass also more, right? It having maximum mass. The mass of sun is almost 1.98 998 into 10 to the power of 30 kg. This is the mass of the sun. So or approximately you can write 2 into 10 to the power of 30 kg. So mass of sun is very huge, and mass of earth, so if you take the mass of earth, so mass of earth is just 5.97 into 10 to the power of 24 kg. So it's a mass of the earth. So mass of earth is very less when you compare the mass of the sun, and because of huge mass it having more gravity, and because of more gravity it attracts the object towards its center. Very important point. And Mercury is the smallest planet. It doesn't have any natural satellites because it is under the influence of the huge gravity of sun. That is point number first point is very important point. So you can write on this point also. Mercury is the smallest planet in our solar system. Smallest planet in our solar system, very important. So it's the smallest planet in our solar system. ಇವಾಗ ಕೇಳಿ, ಈಗ 2006 ಗಿಂತ ಮುಂಚೆ, before 2006, Pluto was the smallest planet. It was the smallest planet, right, before 2006. But now in 2024, in 2020, presently the smallest one is Mercury. Why? What is the reason? So because in 2006, please remember, International Astronomical Union, IAU, so this organization, they kept three criteria for the planets. Three criteria. The first criteria, the object or the celestial body, it should revolve around the sun to call as a planet. That is the first criteria. So to call as a planet, it should revolve surrounding to the sun. And second criteria, that celestial body should have the mass and gravity. And third condition or third criteria, so here the orbit of one object, one celestial body should not intersect with the orbit of another celestial body. It should not intersect. So these are the three criteria or three conditions for the planets. And before 2006, there were 9 planets in our solar system. ಮುಂಚೆ 9 ಗ್ರಹಗಳಿತ್ತು. ಆ 9 ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ಸ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಕೂಡ ಇತ್ತು ಒಂದು. ಇವತ್ತೇನಿರುವಂತ 8 ಗ್ರಹಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ನೋಡಿ, ಇವತ್ತು ಎಷ್ಟಿದಾವೆ? 8 ಇದಾವೆ. ಸೊ ಟುಡೇ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ 8 ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ಸ್: ಮರ್ಕ್ಯುರಿ, ವೀನಸ್, ಅರ್ತ್, ಮಾರ್ಸ್, ಜುಪಿಟರ್, ಸ್ಯಾಟರ್ನ್, ಯುರೇನಸ್, ನೆಪ್ಚೂನ್. 8 ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ಸ್. ಮುಂಚೆ ಒಂದಿತ್ತು. ಇವತ್ತು ನೋಡಿ ಅದೇ ಪ್ಲೂಟೋ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಕ್ಯೂಪರ್ ಬೆಲ್ಟ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಕಂಡು ಬರುತ್ತೆ. ದಟ್ ಪ್ಲೂಟೋ ಆಲ್ಸೋ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಅರ್ಲಿಯರ್, ಬಟ್ ನೌ ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ಡಿಕ್ಲೇರ್ಡ್ ಆಸ್ ಅ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್. ಅದನ್ನ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಅಂತ ಯಾಕೆ ಘೋಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ ಅಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ದಿಸ್ ಪ್ಲೂಟೋ failed to fulfill the third criteria. Pluto failed to fulfill the third criteria. It failed to fulfill third criteria. It fulfilled first 2 criteria, but failed to fulfill third criteria or third condition of IAU, International Astronomical Union. So ಈ ಒಂದು IAU ಏನು ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡಿತ್ತು ನೋಡಿ, 3 criteria ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮಾನದಂಡಗಳು ಅಂತ. ಒಂದು ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು celestial body ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಆಕಾಶಕಾಯ, ಒಂದು ಆಕಾಶಕಾಯವನ್ನ ನಾವು ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಗ್ರಹ ಅಂತ ಕರಿಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಈ 3 ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಫುಲ್ಫಿಲ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು. ಆ 3 ಕಂಡೀಷನ್ ಫುಲ್ಫಿಲ್ ಆದ್ರೆ ಮಾತ್ರ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಗ್ರಹ ಕರಿಬೇಕು ಅಂತ ಒಂದು ಮಾನದಂಡಗಳನ್ನ ಫಿಕ್ಸ್ ಮಾಡ್ತಾರೆ. ಯಾವಾಗ? 2006ರಲ್ಲಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಅದರಲ್ಲಿ 3ನೇ ಮಾನದಂಡ ಇದು ಫೇಲ್ ಮಾಡುತ್ತೆ. ಯಾವ್ದು ಹೇಳಿ? ಪ್ಲೂಟೋ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಪ್ಲೂಟೋವನ್ನ ಇವಾಗ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಘೋಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ನೌ ಇಟ್ ಈಸ್ ಅ ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್. ಡಾರ್ಕ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಕುಬ್ಜ ಗ್ರಹ ಅಂತ. ಸೊ ಇವಾಗ ಇದನ್ನ ಕುಬ್ಜ ಗ್ರಹ ಅಂತೇಳಿ ಘೋಷಣೆ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಪ್ರೆಸೆಂಟ್ಲಿ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಹ್ಯಾವಿಂಗ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ 8 planets. And among remaining 8 planets, Mercury is the smallest. Otherwise, before 2006, Pluto was the smallest planet. Tumba important point idu, right? So before 2006, Pluto was the smallest planet, but presently it is Mercury is the smallest, because Pluto is no more planet. It is a dwarf planet, and that will not count as a planet. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಇವಾಗ ಇರುವಂತ 8 ಗ್ರಹಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲೆಸ್ಟ್ ಗ್ರಹ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ಚಿಕ್ಕ ಗ್ರಹ ಯಾವುದಂದ್ರೆ ಮರ್ಕ್ಯುರಿ. ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ನಾವು ಬುಧ ಗ್ರಹ ಅಂತಾನೆ ಕರಿತೀವಿ. ಅಂಡ್ ಈ 8 ಗ್ರಹಗಳಲ್ಲಿ ಅತ್ಯಂತ ದೊಡ್ಡ ಗ್ರಹ ಯಾವುದು? ಜುಪಿಟರ್, ಲಾರ್ಜೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅವರ್ ಸೋಲಾರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್ ಅಂಡ್ ಸ್ಮಾಲೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಆಫ್ ಅವರ್ ಸೋಲಾರ್ ಸಿಸ್ಟಮ್. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಇದು ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಯ್ತು ನಿಮ್ಗೆ, ಮರ್ಕ್ಯುರಿ ಇಸ್ ದಿ ಸ್ಮಾಲೆಸ್ಟ್ ಪ್ಲಾನೆಟ್ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ. ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನೋಡಿ, ನೆಕ್ಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್, ಇಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನಿ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಸೆಟಲೈಟ್ಸ್. ಇಟ್ ಡಸಂಟ್ ಹ್ಯಾವ್ ಎನಿ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಸೆಟಲೈಟ್ಸ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಉಪಗ್ರಹಗಳು ಇಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ. ನೈಸರ್ಗಿಕ ಉಪಗ್ರಹ ಮಾತಾಡ್ತಾ ಇದ್ದೀನಿ, ಮತ್ತೆ ಮಾನವ ನಿರ್ಮಿತ ಉಪಗ್ರಹ ಅಲ್ಲ. ಮತ್ತೆ there are 2 types of satellites: man made artificial satellites and natural satellites. ರೈಟ್. ಸೊ ವಿ ಆರ್ ಟಾಕಿಂಗ್ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಯರ್ ನ್ಯಾಚುರಲ್ ಸ್ಯಾಟಲೈಟ್ಸ್. ಇದಕ್ಕೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಒಂದು ನೈಸರ್ಗಿಕ ಗ್ರಹಗಳಿಲ್ಲ, ನೈಸರ್ಗಿಕ ಉಪಗ್ರಹಗಳಿಲ್ಲ. ಯಾಕಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳಿ? ಸೊ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಇದು ಸನ್ನಿಗೆ ತುಂಬಾ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಇದೆ. ಇಟ್ ಇಸ್ ವೆರಿ ಕ್ಲೋಸ್ ಟು ದಿ ಸನ್, and as it is very close to the sun, so it is under the influence of huge gravity of the sun. It doesn't have any natural satellites. So your Mercury is revolving around the sun, but in its orbit there is no any celestial bodies because there is a huge gravitational pull by the sun. So a sun gravity ಇಂದ ಜಕ್ಕೊಳ್ಳೋದ್ರಿಂದ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಯಾವುದೇ ಉಪಗ್ರಹಗಳಿಲ್ಲ ಅಂತ ಇದಕ್ಕೆ, ರೈಟ್. ಇವಾಗ ನೋಡಿ, it doesn't have any natural satellites because sun having maximum or huge gravity or gravitational force of attraction. So because of maximum gravitational force of attraction, it doesn't have any natural satellites. ತುಂಬಾ ಇಂಪಾರ್ಟೆಂಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇದು. ಇನ್ನೊಂದು ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಸೊ ಮರ್ಕ್ಯೂರಿ, ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಕ್ಯಾನ್ ಲೈಫ್ ಈಸ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ ಮರ್ಕ್ಯೂರಿ ಅಂತ. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮರ್ಕ್ಯೂರಿ ಮೇಲೆ ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಲೈಫ್ ಇರಬಹುದಾ ಅಂತ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಎಸ್ ಆರ್ ನೋ? ಆನ್ಸರ್ ಈಸ್ ನೋ. ಯಾಕೆ ನೋ ಹೇಳಿ? Why life is not possible on the surface of Mercury? Because it is a very hot planet, because that it's very close to the sun, and we know very well at 100 degrees Celsius water starts boiling, and at around 120 to 150 degrees Celsius the water completely converts into steam ಅಂದ್ರೆ ನೀರಾವಿ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅಷ್ಟೊಂದು ಹೀಟ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ ವಾಟರ್. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ 100 degrees Celsius water boiling start ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. The water starts boiling at 100 degrees Celsius, and water at 150 to 200 degrees Celsius water starts converting into steam, and that's why. And but here Mercury surface, it consists temperature almost 400 degrees Celsius, right? And that's why life is not possible at this temperature. Life ಇರಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಎಷ್ಟು ಇರಬೇಕು temperature? The temperature should be around 20-30 degrees Celsius, or you can say temperature should be lesser than our body temperature. What is our body temperature? Yes, very good. 37 degrees Celsius. Now normal ಆಗಿರಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ the temperature should be less than 37 degrees Celsius. If the temperature decreases below 30, ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ ಹೇಳಿ? We'll start feeling cold. If the temperature increases more than 37, we'll start feeling heat, right? And that's why when you go to the desert areas, ನಾನು ಅದು ಮರುಭೂಮಿ ಪ್ರದೇಶಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಸ್ವೆಟಿಂಗ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ನಾವು ಬೆವರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ. ಯಾಕೆ ಹೇಳಿ? Why we'll start sweating in the desert areas, and why we start shivering in the cold areas? ನಾವು ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಈ ಕಡೆ ಕುಲ್ಲು ಮನಾಲಿ ಅಥವಾ ಸಿಮ್ಲಾ ಅಥವಾ ಹಿಮಾಲಯಕ್ಕೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಚಳಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗಿಬಿಡುತ್ತೆ. ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಶಿವರಿಂಗ್ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ನಡುಗುದಂತ. ಅದೇ ನಾವು ಏನಾದ್ರೂ ಡೆಸರ್ಟಿಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ, if you go to Thar desert or Rajasthan, we'll start sweating. So because, listen carefully, it's very important concept again. If suppose a person who is standing in desert and the person who is standing in Simla, just I will give two example. So the person, his temperature, body temperature is 37 degrees Celsius, and Simla temperature will be around 15 degrees Celsius. Nodi correct calculate. The person having temperature 37 degrees Celsius and surrounding temperature is 15 degrees Celsius. Means if you go to Simla, your body temperature will be more than the surrounding temperature, the Simla temperature. Then the heat starts flowing out from your body to outside. As the heat starts flowing out, your body temperature decreases, and as the body temperature decreases, to maintain that temperature of 37 degrees Celsius, we'll start rubbing our hands, we'll start rubbing our neck. ಯಾಕೆ ಇದು ಲತ್ತಿಕ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಮಾಡ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಜನರೇಟ್ ಆಗಬೇಕು ಅಂತ, ಟು ಕ್ರಿಯೇಟ್ ದ ಹೀಟ್. ಸೊ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ವೆನ್ ಯು ರಬ್ ದ ಹ್ಯಾಂಡ್, ಸೊ ಏನಾಗುತ್ತೆ, ಹೀಟ್ ಪ್ರೊಡ್ಯೂಸ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅಂಡ್ ಟು ಮೇಂಟೈನ್ ದಟ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ವಿಲ್ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ shivering in the cold areas or in the winter time. ನೋಡಿ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ವಿಂಟರ್ ಟೈಮ್ ದಾಗೆ ಈಗ ಸ್ಟಾರ್ಟ್ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ, ಗೊತ್ತಾಗುತ್ತೆ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ. ಡಿಸೆಂಬರ್ ದಾಗೆ ಬೆಳಿಗ್ಗೆ ಎದ್ದ ಕೂಡಲೇ ಕ್ಲಾಸಿಗೆ ಹೋಗಂದ್ರೆ ಬೇಡ ಅಂತ ಹೇಳ್ತೀರಾ. ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ತುಂಬಾ ಚಳಿ ಇರುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ನೀವು ಸಮ್ಮರ್ ಟೈಮ್ ನೋಡಿ, ಮೇ ಟೈಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ ಅವಾಗೂ ಕೂಡ ಕಷ್ಟ ಆಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಈ ನಾರ್ಮಲ್ ದಾಗ ಕುಂತ್ಕೋಬೇಕಂದ್ರೂ ಫುಲ್ ಶೆಕೆ ಆಗ್ತಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಸೊ ಬಿಕಾಸ್ ಔಟ್ಸೈಡ್ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್, ಲಿಸನ್, so your body temperature will be 37 degrees Celsius and the surrounding temperature will be around 40 degrees Celsius. So in this case the heat will flow towards your body, and more heat flows to our body, and that causes more evaporation of water. And when the evaporation of water increases, so that evaporation comes in the form of sweating. ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಬಾಷ್ಪೀಕರಣ ಆಗುತ್ತೆ. ಅದೇ ಸ್ವೆಟಿಂಗ್ ರೂಪದಲ್ಲಿ ಬರುತ್ತೆ ಅಂತ. ಈ ತರ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಸೊ ಯು ಶುಡ್ ನಾಟ್ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಓನ್ಲಿ ಆನ್ ದಿ ರೀಡಿಂಗ್ ದಿ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ಸ್. ಸೊ ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಆ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರ್ಬೇಕು ಯಾಕೆ ಅಂತ. ಈಗ ತುಂಬಾ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಇದು. ಡೆಸರ್ಟಿಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ನಾವು ಯಾಕೆ ಸ್ವೆಟ್ ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ಬೆವರು ಬರುತ್ತೆ, ನಾವು ಈ ಕಡೆ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸ್ ಹೋದ್ರೆ ಯಾಕೆ ನಾವು ನಡಕ್ತೀವಿ ಅಂತ ತುಂಬಾ ಜನರಿಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಂಗಿಲ್ಲ ಇದ್ರ ಬಗ್ಗೆ. ಸೊ ಅದಕ್ಕೆ ಅಂಡ್ ನಿಮಗೆ ಇಂಥ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಈ ಕಡೆ KS ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಅಲ್ಲಿ, IAS ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇಂಥವೇ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗೆ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. PSI, PDO, many questions will come from such concepts, and that's why you should know the concept. If you know the concepts, you will answer all the questions, and try to focus on the concept. ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಡೋಂಟ್ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಜಸ್ಟ್ ಒನ್ ಕಂಪ್ಲೀಷನ್ ಆಫ್ ದ ಸಿಲೆಬಸ್ ಯಾರು ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೂ ಮಾಡ್ಕೊಡ್ತಾರೆ. ನಾನು ತುಂಬಾ ಸಲ ಹೇಳ್ತೀನಿ, ನನ್ನ ಮುಂಚೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್ ನೋಡಿದ್ರು ಗೊತ್ತಿಲ್ಲ ನನಗೆ, ನೋಡಿದ್ರೆ ಏನಾದ್ರು ಮುಂಚೆ ಕ್ಲಾಸಸ್, ಇವತ್ತೇ ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕ್ಲಾಸ್. ಓಕೆ, ಬಟ್ ನೋಡಿ ಏನಂದ್ರೆ, ಸೊ ನೀವು ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಮೇಲೆ ಫೋಕಸ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ನಿಮಗೆ ಯಾವುದೇ ಕಾರಣಕ್ಕೂ ನೀವು ಫೇಲ್ ಆಗಲ್ಲ. ನೀವು ಯಾವುದೇ ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಇರಲಿ, ಅದು KS ಅಷ್ಟೇ ಅಲ್ಲ, ಅದು IAS ಎಕ್ಸಾಮ್ ಬೇಕಾದ್ರೆ ತಗೊಳ್ಳಿ, ನಿಮಗೆ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್ ಗೊತ್ತಿರಬೇಕು. ಅಂಡ್ ಇಫ್ ಯು ನೋ ದ ಕಾನ್ಸೆಪ್ಟ್, nobody can stop you from clearing this exam. So ultimately you need a concept, and concept ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಬೇಕಂದ್ರೆ ಸೊ ನೀವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ಅದನ್ನ ಡೆಪ್ತ್ ಆಗಿ ನೀಟಾಗಿ ಅರ್ಥ ಮಾಡ್ಕೋಬೇಕಾಗತ್ತೆ. ಅರ್ಥ ಪಾಯಿಂಟ್ ಇದು. ನಿಮ್ಗೆ ಗೊತ್ತಾಗಿರುತ್ತೆ, ನಾವೇನಾದ್ರೂ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸಿಗೆ ಹೋದ್ರೆ, ಇಫ್ ಯು ಗೋ ಟು ದ ಕೋಲ್ಡ್ ಪ್ಲೇಸಸ್ why we start shivering, and if you go to the warm places why we start sweating ಅಂತ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ಬೆವರಿಸ್ತೀವಿ ಯಾಕಂದ್ರೆ ಟೆಂಪರೇಚರ್ ಹೆಚ್ಚಿಗಿರುತ್ತೆ. ಇಲ್ಲಿ ನಾವು ಸ್ವಲ್ಪ ನಡಕ್ತೀವಿ, so we start shivering because the surround temperature lesser. Very important point. And on the surface of Mercury, life is not possible because temperature will be around 400 degrees Celsius, right? So this is very important point. You can write to that point also. So life is not possible. Life is not possible on the surface of life is not possible on the surface of Mercury. So life is not possible on the surface of Mercury because its surface consists temperature around 400 degrees Celsius. Its surface consists temperature around 400 degrees Celsius. Very important point. So life is not possible. Question ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ, ಅಂದ್ರೆ ಮರ್ಕ್ಯುರಿ ಬುಧ ಗ್ರಹದ ಮೇಲೆ ಜೀವಿಗಳು ಇರಬಹುದಂತ ಕ್ವಶನ್ ಕೇಳ್ತಾರೆ. ಸೊ ಆನ್ಸರ್ ನೋ. ಸೊ ಲೈಫ್ ಇಸ್ ನಾಟ್ ಪಾಸಿಬಲ್ ಆನ್ ದ ಸರ್ಫೇಸ್ ಆಫ್ Mercury because of more temperature. Very important point. Next point ನೋಡಿ, ಈ ಮರ್ಕ್ಯುರಿ ಬಗ್ಗೆ ಅಧ್ಯಯನ ಮಾಡಕ್ಕೆ, ಟು ಸ್ಟಡಿ ಅಬೌಟ್ ಮರ್ಕ್ಯುರಿ, ಸೊ let's listen. To study about Mercury, ಒಂದು ಮಿಷನ್ ಲಾಂಚ್ ಮಾಡಿದ್ದಾರೆ, ಅದು ಬೇಪಿ ಕೊಲಂಬೋ ಅಂತ. ಫಸ್ಟ್ ಕೇಳ್ಕೊಳ್ಳಿ. ಸೊ ಬೇಪಿ ಕೊಲಂಬೋ ಮಿಷನ್. ಸೊ ಬೇಪಿ ಕೊಲಂಬೋ ಮಿಷನ್ launched by two space agencies. So ಬೇಪಿ ಕೊಲಂಬೋ ಮಿಷನ್ launched by two space agencies. One is JAXA and second one is ESA. Most important point, please remember. And especially in KS and IAS, they'll ask such questions. Bepi Colombo mission, Mangalyaan mission, Gaganyaan mission, right? Chandrayaan 1, Chandrayaan 2 mission, Chandrayaan 3 mission. They will ask the mission. Recently, Chandrayaan 3 mission of India became successful, you know very well. And Aditya L1 mission, recently Aditya L1 mission also launched by ISRO. So Bepi Colombo mission launched by listen. So Bepi Colombo mission launched by two space agencies. One is JAXA meaning Japan's aerospace exploration agency, and second one European Space Agency. So European Space Agency and Japan's Aerospace Exploration Agency, right? So JAXA. So here JAXA meaning, just listen. So here they have taken this letters J, A, and here X and A. So JAXA. So Japan's Aerospace Exploration Agency and European Space Agency. These two space agencies together had launched Bepi Colombo mission in the year 2018. Very important point. So here JAXA and ESA together had launched Bepi Colombo mission in the year 2018. And what is the purpose of this mission? This mission will study about the surface of Mercury. So its objective or its function will be studying about, or it was launched to study about, right? Just you can write on this like this. So it was launched to study It was launched to study about Mercury. About Mercury planet. It was launched to study about Mercury planet. Very important point. It was launched to study about Mercury planet. BP Colombo mission, and launched by two space agencies, JAXA and ESA. And which is the space agency of India? India space agency is ISRO. You might be knowing this one, ISRO, Indian Space Research Organization, ISRO. It is India Space Agency. It is Japan Space Agency. It is European Space Agency, and ISRO is India Space Agency, right? So Indian Space Research Organization, and ISRO was established in the year 1969, and its headquarters located in Bengaluru. Ide place alide Yalanka, right? Bengaluru. So it located in Bengaluru. ISRO headquarters located in Bengaluru. Very important point, and that's why this question came many times. Many times, where is the headquarter? Where is the headquarter? Headquarter of ISRO, and the question is, answer is here, Bengaluru. Bengaluru is the answer for this question. Where is the headquarter of ISRO? Answer is Bengaluru. And where is the satellite launch center? Satellite launch center of ISRO. Answer is Sriharikota. So Sriharikota, listen carefully, it's very important point again. So Sriharikota, in which state it comes? Sriharikota. So Sriharikota, 1 minute. So Sriharikota, it located in Andhra Pradesh. Right? We're having here Andhra Pradesh, and there is one lake called Pulicat Lake, right? So in Pulicat Lake, we're having very famous island, that is Sriharikota Island. This is Sriharikota. Sriharikota Island, right? Sriharikota Island, and the lake name is Pulicat. Pulicat Lake. So in Pulicat Lake, we are having Sriharikota Island, and in this island, we are having a space center called Satish Dhawan. Satish Dhawan Space Center. Satish Dhawan Space Center. So it is India's satellite launch center. So India will launch, or ISRO will launch satellites from this Sriharikota Island, but its headquarters located in Bengaluru, right? The ISRO headquarters is in Bengaluru, but satellite launch center is Sriharikota. But 2 points are very important here. So satellites are launched from Sriharikota, but the headquarters located in Bengaluru. Very important point. Next point. So this is about the Mercury. So next point is, the next planet is Venus. Second one is a Venus planet, right? Venus. And please remember, Venus is the second closest. This is the first one, and this is the second one. So Venus is the second closest planet to Sun, right? So Venus is the second closest planet to Sun. Very important point. And Venus is the hottest planet of our solar system. Hottest planet of our solar system. Please remember, it's the hottest planet. Many students, if suppose if you get the question, which of the following is the hottest planet of our solar system, many students will mark Mercury. But please remember, Mercury is not the hottest planet. So because Venus, listen carefully, when you compare Mercury and Venus, Venus is the hottest. I will tell the answer here, just listen first. So temperature of Venus is 461 degrees Celsius, and temperature of Mercury is 400 degrees Celsius, right? Temperature is 461 degrees Celsius, and your temperature is 400 degrees Celsius, and it having more temperature. So because it having more carbon dioxide. So carbon dioxide is almost 96%, right? Please remember. So here carbon dioxide is 96% in the atmosphere of Venus, and this carbon dioxide will absorb the outgoing terrestrial radiation. For example, your sun, if the sun radiation comes towards the planets, that radiation will go back. That outgoing radiation we call OTR, outgoing terrestrial radiation. Outgoing terrestrial, this is outgoing terrestrial radiation. So outgoing terrestrial radiation, and this outgoing terrestrial radiation will be absorbed by the carbon dioxide, right? CO2, and that's why here temperature will increase. The temperature will increase because the CO2 absorbs the outgoing radiation, and this one we call insolation. Insolation meaning incoming solar radiation. So this is incoming solar radiation. Solar meaning sun. The radiation which comes from the sun we call insolation, and the radiation which goes back we call the OTR, outgoing terrestrial radiation. And this OTR is absorbed by carbon dioxide, and that's why temperature will increase, right? And your Venus. If you take this is the Venus surface, right? And the radiation it falls on the Venus surface also, because sun is the only star in our solar system. For all the planet, it is the only source of energy. Earth also receives the energy from the sun. Venus also receives the energy from the sun, because sun is the only star in our solar system. And when this incoming solar radiation, when it reflects back, we call OTR. It is absorbed by CO2, and in the atmosphere of Venus, we are having 96% of CO2. So in Earth atmosphere, just listen. In the Earth, if you take this Earth surface and it's Earth atmosphere, here also incoming solar radiation, it goes back, and it is also absorbed by the CO2. But in our atmosphere, in Earth atmosphere, we are having CO2 just 0.038%. Very important point. We are having 0.038%. So we are having just 0.038%, and we are talking global warming. But here 96%, and that's why your temperature will be more than 400 degrees Celsius. The temperature will be around 461 degrees Celsius. So at 0.038, the temperature of the Earth's surface is going to 44 to 50 degrees Celsius. So this year you might have read in the newspaper. So this year the Delhi temperature was 51 degrees Celsius. It's a record in the history of India, because the temperature of Delhi never crossed 50 degrees Celsius. So first time this year the temperature of Delhi was 51 degrees Celsius, right? Please remember, the temperature of Delhi was 51 degrees Celsius. Why? What is the reason? So because of global warming. So global warming means the persistent or continuous rise in temperature of the Earth's surface. So we call global warming, and the global warming is increasing. So because CO2 is increasing in our atmosphere, this CO2 is increasing. And why CO2 is increasing? The CO2 is increasing so due to emissions from the vehicles, emission from the even from the industries, and due to stubble burning. What is the meaning of stubble burning? Stubble burning meaning the agriculture waste, burning of agriculture waste, that we call paddy, especially in Haryana and Punjab. So they are the largest producer of paddy, and once after harvesting they will burn the paddy, and that will release the smoke, that will release the carbon dioxide in the atmosphere, and that causing the global warming. One is burning of agriculture waste and vehicular emissions, industrial emissions, and even solid waste burning. So solid waste burning, please remember, so nowadays the solid waste is increasing in the India, and most of the solid waste it increasing in the urban areas, because the population is very high in the urban areas. If you take the population of village and urban areas, so we are having the population urbanized in millions. Like in millions we are having the population in urban areas, and in village areas we are having in thousands, 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, and they will create less solid waste. But urban areas more solid waste, and burning of solid waste is a challenging here. And when you burn the solid waste, so that releases CO2 gas in the atmosphere. I will give an example. So in Delhi, please remember, generally you might have heard about the mountains like fold mountains, block mountains, volcanic mountains. There are some types of mountains are there, but we are having some special type of mountain in Delhi, that is the garbage mountain, right? It's a garbage mountain. So please remember, garbage mountain meaning garbage nothing but solid waste, and because of deposition of the solid waste, so it looks like a mountain. When you see from far distances, so it looks like a mountain. And I always even today also I will go for the Delhi for teaching, right? And when I go for Delhi teaching, when we come from the airport, so it is on the that right side also, right? And always from that mountain always very hot gases keeps on coming out, that is CO2 gas, carbon monoxide gas, nitrogen gas, and sulfur gas. The gases keeps on coming from the mountain, and this is the mountain so which is always always burning mountain. We call the burning mountain because the fire is common. Fire is common from this mountain. Carbon dioxide is common from this mountain. Sulfur dioxide is common from this mountain. Nitrogen dioxide is common from this mountain, right? And even the particulate matter, means the small dust particles are common, and when they enters the atmosphere, so they makes the air pollution. They makes the air pollution, and that's why Delhi having one of the worst, one of the most polluted air in the world. Delhi having one of the worst or one of the most polluted air in the world, and many people in Delhi, they are having common health problems like cold, cough, lungs problems, right? Asthma. There are common problems in Delhi. So because the Delhi air is most polluted. So what is the reason? Because of increase in the solid waste, increase in the vehicular emissions, increase in the industrial emissions, and burning of solid waste in Punjab and Haryana. That also enters the Delhi because Delhi is very close to Punjab, Haryana, right? And in Delhi we are having garbage mountain. It's very important. I will show a small clip. Just see this one. So in Delhi we are having garbage mountain. But it's not, we should not call it as a mountain, but it looks like mountain. That's why we call it as a garbage mountain, right? Just listen. So here garbage mountain of Delhi. Just if I type garbage, you will get just here garbage mountain. Yes, a garbage mountain in Delhi. Right. See this mountain.
Thousands of people risk their lives collecting trash in one of India's largest landfills. They sort all kinds of waste, even used syringes. In recent years, fires have become more and more common, threatening people who work here and live nearby. The Boswell landfill burned for 2 months starting in April. When temperatures soared over 110 degrees Fahrenheit in New Delhi. Sahabuddin lost plastic and scrap metal he'd been collecting for years. Firefighters extinguished the open flames after about 2 weeks. But people here are still struggling to breathe because they've lived next to the smoldering plumes the whole time. As garbage piles up and the planet warms, landfill fires are expected to get worse. We went to India to meet the people who make their living next to a flaming mountain of worldwide waste. Every day, the tens of millions of people that live in the city of Delhi generate 10,000 metric tons of waste. Nearly all of it ends up in one of 3 surrounding landfills.
Now, most of these town sites have gone beyond their capacity and they're overflowing with waste.
Okay.
And that's the reason.
So please remember, this is one of the largest garbage mountain in the world. Garbage meaning solid waste. It's the largest garbage mountain in the world.